We're really excited to be here. This is the Academy Jazz Ensemble. We're streaming live from CA here on Thursday, February 13th, 2020, because you might be watching this at any point in time. This is the Academy Jazz Ensemble, as I said. We're performing 4 tunes today, and the first tune that we're going to play is a chart called Hayburner. Hayburner was written by a composer named Sammy Nestico. Sammy Nestico played the trombone, and he was very famous for composing music for the Count Basie Big Band. And the Count Basie Big Band was one of the most famous jazz ensembles in America, and actually continues to still tour today with some of the original members. This chart was written right around 1968, I think, and some of the stuff you'll hear in Count Basie's music is some real soft stuff and some really huge, exciting stuff. It's old music, but it has a tremendous amount of energy. Now, Count Basie played the piano, and throughout this piece of music, we hear Ben over here on the piano doing some Count Basie impersonations. Okay, we ready? Here we go. Here's a little bit of Hayburner by Sammy Nestico. Thank you very much. So that tune did not feature any improvised solos, just some written out things. And in case you were wondering, yes, that was the original tune, the original chart that Count Basie's orchestra played. So that was not kid music. That was the real deal. This next chart we're going to play is by a composer named Matt Harris, who's a college professor and a jazz pianist who lives out in California. Matt likes to write tunes that high schools play, so this one specifically was written for a high school band, just like ours. And this chart is called Reach Out. And as we know, one of the most defining elements of jazz music is improvisation, and that would be making up music in the moment, right? So we're going to feature two improvised soloists on this tune, Johnny Reagan on the trombone and Strider O'Neill on electric guitar today. And they're going to take a couple solos in the middle, so we look forward to hearing from them. This is a funky rock tune, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. So here's Matt Harris's Reach Out. about another hand for improvised solos by Johnny Reagan and Strider O'Neill on electric guitar? Yeah, guys. So we're going to kind of stay in the same ballpark in terms of history. The last one was written actually in 2016. The first tune today we played was written in 1968. This is just a couple years newer, and this was from a 1970 album by Freddie Hubbard. Freddie Hubbard played the trumpet. He was a jazz trumpeter, and his music was a little bit more fusion, a little bit more free, a little bit more funky, a little bit more not necessarily as stiff and straight and swung as the Count Basie chart that we heard to open up today. So this chart's called Red Clay, and it'll feature a number of improvised solos. And I think you'll hear immediately how different in color and texture and feeling that this piece of music is. So certainly hope you enjoy Freddie Hubbard's Red Clay. Chris Mraz there on alto saxophone, Ben Francis on keys. We had Johnny Reagan on trombone. We had Millie Hawkins on trumpet. And we had Bryn Rice on tenor saxophone. How about a hand for our soloists? Excuse me, I have a flat tire. The show cannot go on. I'll take shoelace for 100. Well, I'd like to thank everybody who's taken the time to watch this, perhaps at home, at work, or wherever, or sometime into the future, and for all of you who came here today during fourth period at school. We're going to close this morning's performance with a Stevie Wonder tune called I Wish. If you don't know who Stevie Wonder is, he's a pianist, he's a keyboardist. He's known for a couple things. One, using a lot of electronic instruments, and the other thing is kind of like Ray Charles, he's blind. Well, not kind of, he is blind. He's a blind pianist, which is really interesting. You know, we've got Ray Charles as part of our American musical history and Stevie Wonder as part of our American musical history, both blind pianists. And there's something about that tactile nature of playing an instrument that without that sense, they're still able to do that and do that very successfully. Stevie Wonder has over 25 albums. That's a lot of music he recorded. And he won over 25 Grammys, which is pretty remarkable. So this tune here is I Wish. Some of you might know it. It's Stevie all the way. Very, very funky. I know we've got a couple improvised solos on this. Bryn is taking a solo. Is that it? Just Bryn Rice for that. Thank you so much for being here today with us. This is the Academy Jazz Ensemble here on Thursday, February 13th, 2020. Here's our last tune, I Wish by Stevie Wonder. Thank you very much. We'll be right back here tomorrow with the Academy New Jazz Ensemble. I want to give a quick thank you to Noah over there working the camera and Mr. Rogers over there working all the buttons. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.